Targum Samuel, 1 Samuel 1:10, the second part. So in this video, I said I'd like to talk about the infinitive absolute, which we see in the Hebrew on the top. The infinitive absolute followed by finite verb of the same verbal root. And then the Targum is merely reflecting that. A question is, how does this Targumist render the infinitive absolute? Well, let's look back one verse to 1 Samuel 1:9. And here we have the infinitive absolute. This is Hannah's drinking. Now, it comes after Hannah's eating, but this in blue must be an infinitive construct because what it would have looked like in the infinitive absolute form for the call stem is akol. In this case, in 1 Samuel 1:9, the Targumist merely used a finite verb for this noun idea of drinking. Now here, 1 Samuel 23:22, I just wanted to show, here is a paronomastic infinitive construction having to do with being crafty or cunning. Now, the Targumist here rendered that with all participle masculine singular, and this is particularly valuable because it's the same verbal root across the languages. So whereas in many cases the Targumist is going to mirror infinitive absolute usage in translation, here he chose to translate meaning instead. And then finally, here is the case of 1 Samuel 18:19. Where we have this verb that is labeled itpa'el infinitive absolute, and we remember this comes from the Comprehensive Aramaic Lexicon Project parsing. Now in the Hebrew, it is a kal infinitive construct from nun tav nun. Over here we have itpa'el yod hey beit. So whereas in Hebrew it's an active voice, it actually looks like a passive voice right here. So if this is true, the Targumist has used an infinitive absolute where the Hebrew didn't. But we ought to reconsider that because the itpa'el infinitive construct would have exactly the same parsing. It's much more reasonable to suggest that it's an infinitive construct and that this is a mistake in parsing in the Comprehensive Aramaic Lexicon Project, as mirrored in accordance. So we return to our verse, and now in the next video we will continue reading in 1 Samuel 1:11.